Unitech, today you will be first to hear one signature policy I will work on as we go into operating 2020 budget. I know many of you, just like me, we come from family backgrounds that are struggling to ensure you have school fees to support you through your tertiary education. Am I correct? Yes. I want to see hands of those who are sufficiently paying your school fee with no burden to your parents. All right. I want to see the hands of those who are struggling with school fee and it's a burden to the parents. 99% of you are putting your hands up. And that's a statistic nationwide. We want to embark on a loan scheme that is interest-free where you can take your lifetime to repay. You don't need to burden your parents. From existing resource envelope, we will rearrange and help me lobby to parents nationwide. The burden that is most felt is not really school fee of elementary school kids. It's not really school fee of primary school, you know. I'm sure parents can afford 100 kina. You know, when I was going to school, my parents put me through Seventh Adventist school system. They paid a lot to send me to school at simple villages. And it came out of mother selling her barns and working her gardens. Mama walked the Sidano market, na salim na Pudimil, or grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 12. Na Lakilo University makes it 13 kin allowance from government na Mistablo University, Tamigolo University. It's not so much burdensome in the elementary school and primary school and high schools. We'll shift some of this resource currently transferred to the free education program. We'll transfer to a program at the tertiary school, whether those of you formally engaged at universities and colleges here, or those who are doing external programs to earn meaningful engagement in life, or those who want to go for further education overseas, we'll have a loan program to ensure that students can put their hand or come to government, get money, and you go to school. And in the course of your life, if you're living for 100 years, you paid over 100 years. If you're living for 20 years, you paid over 20 years. If you live for 30, 40 years, but you can earn your life through and repay the money that government lends you to the endowment fund program and facility we will set to assist Papua New Guinean kids carry on in education. Am I right? Yes. Am I right or not? You how much or not? Yes. One cannot say how much the catch is this. The catch is this. You have to do certain things. Nothing is free in life too, you know. The catch is this. In the context of growing the economy, government will work with our commodity boards and the districts and provinces to ensure seedlings are accessible to parents right across our country. Coffee seedling, cocoa seedling, copra seedling, cabbage seedling. Last time I went up to Sogeri Mountains, they grow a lot of good produce, and I'm telling all our quarries up there in Sogeri Mountain, for goodness sake, don't only sell buoi to Port Moresby City. Port Moresby City is a city of 1 million people. 1 million people eat every day. Grow the cabbages and everything else and supply to Port Moresby City. So next year we'll engage in a partnership. You want to come to the loan center and pick up a loan for your school fee? Your parents or guardians must go to a district somewhere and pick up seedlings of coffee, copra, cocoa somewhere and go and work the land in the agricultural space. Am I right? There is the partnership we want. Everyone must contribute to the economy. That parent who is picking up a coffee seedling somewhere, it's not to repay the money you're getting for your school fee. No, God. The money blogger, we're just telling you to work the economy. Contribute to the economy. You grow the seedling. If you're struggling to sell it, we'll try to organize where we can come and buy the coffee, copra, cocoa from you so that you stop blessedly growing coffee, copra, cocoa, vanilla, palm oil, cabbage, whatever it is, and we try to have a system of picking up produce from you. So every one of us are contributing to the economy. Right now, few contribute to the economy and many free riders expecting the economy to save us. That's the reason why we haven't moved so much, because you deserve services, but there are only few spaces in the economy that we are drawing money from and trying to meet an increasing population all the time. So I am here to support Unitec in the conversation on agriculture, and the link must go back to our citizens to be engaged meaningfully in agriculture somewhere. And governments give assurance. We'll try to create facilities also in partnering with bank for those families who are getting small. They're doing already and engaged in small SME in agriculture or tourism or whatever it is. We'll create facility to link our citizens to a higher business through putting money. Also, another facility we'll create is a money to assist Papua New Guinean businessmen and businesswomen and families engaged in business somewhere. So, two announcement we make today. Next year budget will capture a money packed to support Papua New Guinean businessmen and businesswomen and SMEs and family in the space of business. But the money for your students, it will come as a partnership within you and your parents and us in government. You must pick an agricultural activity somewhere. If you're not already formally employed, or if you're not already in an SME somewhere. So that every citizen of our country who owns 95% of land nationwide are putting their hand back into land somewhere and trying their very best to contribute to the economy in improving productivity of our land through agriculture and through other resources that is available in our land. And so people are thinking also as the policy unfolds in our budget of 2020, by looking one me talk, and I hope and I look forward to a better start of 2020 that should cement or secure the direction in which our country will travel in the 2020s. As we travel on inside in 2020, part of that program, Yiblakisim benefit long loan program, by implementing accessibility, long national NID program, long Ogada district and Ogada province. You know, one can say me plant up long level lumu where planty gaman pasin complacency na corruption to blow word me is complacency na corruption or gaman pasin happen lo level lumi too. The level of blessing we must be honest, you get plenty can contest for various interests and take place. We want to know, those of you who will participate in this program as students, you must be a legitimately registered Papua New Guinean student somewhere. So I encourage every student, your school NID will be dependent on a national NID that each student must get. And we want to have every citizen across the country registered somewhere. You must be registered to partner in securing the loan program. So for those of you who are struggling for your school fees next year, pick a NID form, get yourself registered. Marape provincial government will work in partnership with us. They will have a facility, and for institutions like Unitec and all these things, we'll try to make registration easier so students can get enrolled, and that enrollment data will be linked later to your employment, later to your tax file, later to your SME in terms of if you want to go into SME, to everything else we do in this country. Every citizen must be linked to a registered data somewhere, and we take account for every citizen. So when we're helping people, we know we're helping person X and person Y, and not person ghosts. There's so many person ghosts in our society, and we want to be accountable and do things systematically, so we do it properly, because money is not available in abundance. Money is scarce, and we have to effectively and efficiently and wisely use whatever resource we have. So I'm just announcing 2 programs we'll be embarking upon, but your citizen contribution for parents, pick up agriculture somewhere, partner in your districts, and for citizens who want to participate in these programs, go to NID, get yourself enrolled somewhere. NID will be the way to go for us into the future. For major cities like Lae and Port Moresby, we will structure it properly so we know who is who in all our cities living together. For those who are genuine settlers who've been in our cities, we'll work in partnership with our great municipals, provide properly, prepare properly, convert all this not into just settlement, but urban areas, convert into lease properly, so citizens can live in a proper lease area and be registered and living as we migrate into the future. In Aplo, making something nothing, ad hoc basis now. You know, we have a growing population. We need to account and plan properly for the growing population. So some of those different things we will be doing. But first thing first, speaking to you as intellect, I'm just here to appeal to you. The challenges before us is plenty. But your government is determined. I see your university administration is determined. And I see you students are willing to sit and listen in hot sun. That means you want to hear and contribute your best. Let us all rally the conscience of every Papua New Guinean into one direction. We all work together. We will try our absolute best to start this. Some of the journey, I can promise you, words are spoken, but it's not easy when we'll give our best shot. Next year, we'll be looking at some legislative amendments. We'll be cutting back on unnecessary wages, including continual public service salary overruns. We'll be doing some change in the legislative regime in our resource laws. This all to be done in the best interest to ensure that money be used, tablo plus for you, and Graham get plus for you. Instead of money, you lose over time, go out a huge capital flight all the time. So me come later, give me belly sleep. This is not the last time I'll come back to Unitech. I've asked the university administration to put blueprint for development of this school. Sometimes down into the future, I want this school to embrace over 5, 6, 7,000 students in-house. I want UPNC to embrace over 5,000, 6,000 students in-house.